All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the ESL 1 ESL 1 New York Qualifiers here for Europe. It is going to be our second map here on Train. It does appear that was a bit strange. That was supposed to be the knife round, as far as I was aware, but I don't know if Godsent just killed themselves or if we're gonna redo it. I'm guessing we'll find out in a minute. Let's see. I guess they just killed themselves in the knife round? Okay. So, this will be fun then. They just gave over side choice to FaZe. I thought that was a mistake, but apparently not. Because this is live, right? Yeah. Alright then. That's one way to start a match. Aussie style. If anybody gets that reference, 10 points to your invisible internet account. Anyway, Godsent are going to look to execute now as they start off on the T side. And Jacob moving in, grabs the bomb out of thin air, seemingly looking for more, and he's going to grab one. Shutting out Crims moving up on top there. Rain also picking up a frag too. Seems like that bout of confidence may end up biting them in the back. This pistol round is all FaZe all day. They move in, they shut it down, and all 5 stay alive. They're going to pick themselves up. Win that one. And with that, FaZe will get the advantage. Kind of biting back what I imagine was Godsent's original plan. Like, yeah, we got this. We're just gonna wreck them all. But yeah, that didn't really pan out so well, did it? Now. And for Godsent, it looks like they're just gonna proceed into a split strat here. Obviously, again, no plan, so just going into the force buy. But hello, AZ, moving his way right out there. Picks up 2, a bit surprised he didn't get the third, but amongst the chaos, we have a team kill assist in there as well. Pronex, towards Capital's teammate. Alu finding one. There's Schneider with a single pickup onto Jacob. And now it's just going to be Pronex and Schneider as the 2 left alive. They're going to be a bit sneaky beaky if they can. But ultimately here, they will be finding themselves kind of backing up, and Schneider is going to proceed over to the B-bomb site. Pretty sure Keo, yep, he moved himself up the ladder, so he has heard that. He moves in, shuts out one, and all that is left on the table now is going to just be Pronex. Clarification, by the way, that was actually not a thrown knife round. I was just informed this by the admins, so that was actually predetermined, but I guess it was faster just to do it that way instead of like presetting the size or something on the server. So that was actually not a real knife round when they gave it to them. Apparently that was predetermined. So apologies for leading you all on for that one. But anyway, as expected, FaZe do close out that second round. And while it's going to be money after money, it's trying to stack themselves up here in this round. As FaZe are going to go for 5 SMG pickups. Rain and Alu working with them, and early nades too. The nade stack and T-Con does some pretty good damage. JW and Pronex both hit pretty heavily because of that. Flush it, we'll see what he can do with the Glock in hand, but not spawn that player around the corner, and it's a massacre. Jacob picking up 2, looking for more, and T-Con, he gets it. The final 2 are combined, or contained, I guess you could say. 1 pistol kill does find its way in there for Jacob's hand, but overall, a money stack galore. You get plenty of cash out of that round. Now Godsent are going to buy, and the real question is, well, what the hell are they going to do with all these SMGs? Are they just going to keep them and roll with them, or is it time to ditch some of them? Unfortunately, for some players, they really don't have a choice. Like AZ, picking up the 2100 there. He's not really going to be able to drop it. He's just going to have to stick with it for now, and the rest are going to do the same. So this will be a very interesting round, and I'm kind of curious to see how FaZe are going to play it out. 5 SMGs versus 5 rifles is now going to be the way this will be played. Godsent don't know this yet, but look at this big push. The perfect pop flash. They do counter stack it though, and Alu, he grabs a kill up on top, and not only that, but falling back. Alu grabs a second. AZ found one outside, so did Rain. So somehow, in 5 SMGs versus 5 AKs, it looks like Godsent are possibly going to lose this one if Pronex doesn't clutch it. He's also lost bomb, but it's not in a position where the CTs would have seen it, so thankfully it was in this little cubby right here, just around the corner from the main T-Con area. Pronex will pick it up, but now it's going to be a game of duck, duck, goose, trying to find the remaining 3 players here. 2 of them still working with those SMGs, but the most important one is Rain up here in heaven. If Pronex goes anywhere near the back of that bomb train and doesn't check this angle, he's going to be a dead man, and even more so now that Rain is getting a bit more heroic with the way he's peeking out for this one. It does appear, though, that Pronex is moving out. The good news for him is he has plenty of time to make this hit towards either site. Ultimately, though, he moves right into a trap, and somehow FaZe win that round. We COD boys now as they pick up the SMG round against Godsent. and started off too with an aggressive push up the ramp. Well played by FaZe, I guess. And it does get rid of quite a few of those SMGs. Look at all the pickups they just got off of that one. They end up just buying into an op, it looks like, on this round off of Rain's account, I think, judging from the money spent. That'll go back into the hands of Alu, but the rest are, well, they're either sticking with the SMG still or they've scavenged AKs. So a slow upgrade process, but this builds up their bank in a huge way. We're at round 5, and look at how much money Alu is already working with, 11.3k. It is absolutely insane for just 5 rounds in. Godsent are also broke. And with that, they're not going to be really bringing a whole lot of punch to the table this time. Deagle shots, you know, if we can find some nice ones of those, then maybe we're going to find that impact and maybe an upset. But starting it off well, Schneider picks up 1 hit, brings Rain down to 66 HP. He'll fall back pretty quickly after that, though. And again, Godsent are just playing the slow game here, trying to wait things out and see if they can grab anyone that may be getting a little bit hungry for the frags, pushing into the back B halls or whatever it may be. Rain waiting perfectly for that peek. Lines up the crosshairs on Schneider, takes him down. Hiroshima, he's also moving in for the crunch here too. Wrapping around the corner, if Crims is still looking downstairs, he's going to spot him here. There we go, spots him, takes him down. Becomes a bit of a problem there for Crims to eliminate him. And now Godsent are going to try to push their way in Ivy. AZ spotted this though. He's just going to fall back away. He hasn't spotted the scope of this, is the only thing, so he does have some support on its way, but it's pretty light. More just outside of the halls now. There's actually a perfect flashbang. No follow-up, though. They're not going to peek against it. Just holds him back for a couple of extra seconds. They know it's coming big time from this route, though. Flusha finds that first kill, but AZ handling this quite nicely. Aloe even in there with an op kill as well. JW does trade things out against AZ, but now he's alone in a 1v3. He's got 24 seconds on the clock, and he still only has a Deagle to work with, so eventually, there you go. Jacob's just going to pin him to the wall. A team ace across the board there, and it will be FaZe picking up a 5th. I will turn up the volume. Hold on. I can't turn it up too high is my only issue, but I'll try to do my best. Alright, I turned it up a bit. Let me know if that's any better. FaZe, though, are just going to proceed once again in the usual split. A bit heavier now as we can see, but this is also a really big play from Al if he succeeds with it. Pushes in. Unfortunately, it looks like the smokes are actually going to block off quite a bit of this, so Ali's really not going to be able to grab much with that push into back halls. Just has to proceed outside again to take up a normal position, but it's a big stack from Godsent, more than likely leaning into just a regular A hit, however. AZ pushes his way out towards Ivy, grabs Pronax, eliminating him. And now FaZe, the rest of these guys, still spread out quite evenly, and Godsent are looking for a path in. But with Ivy being crunched, it does limit their options to a huge degree. Flusha's still kind of hunting for his own frag 2 to open up the inner sight, but nothing's being grabbed. FaZe are actually doing this very well right now and playing this passively. And really just waiting this out at this point. But finally, with only about 50 seconds left on the clock, Godsent do need to start making some kind of ground here. And they're going to actually check out both bomb sites, which should prove to be very interesting in itself. A few players in T-Con. We've got one more at least trying to push his way down to the B-bomb site. Grims, though, unfortunately doesn't find any shots on Kiyoshima. He's able to dodge that by going just a little bit out to the right. Not so much that he peeked, but also Jacob getting aggressive inside of there. Shuts out... I should say shuts out Jacob. Schneider finding another pickup here. Looking good for Godsent so far as they move in for that outside control. And also very fast rotates moving in from FaZe. There's Flush with another pickup against Dalu. Hiroshima trying to hold his own line as he pushes back in there, stops the bomb from being planted, and just falls back inside of Z. This is leaving AZ out the dry, however, but nobody's spotting him. There's only 10 seconds left on the clock. AZ is doing massive damage with that peek out from Kiyoshima. This may have just saved FaZe on this round. 3, 2, 1, and there's not going to be a plant. Schneider and JW have given it up, and what looked like it was going to be a great outside hit from Godsent just got ripped apart from a few sparing players on the side of FaZe. They keep this streak going now 6-0. You're going to get into another gun round, however, so another opportunity for Godsent to punish it. But this is a huge stride Fade is making here on a CT-sided map as well. It's somewhat expected, granted, but not this heavy of a scoreline and not this great of an economy this few rounds in. Already mentioned that once, but just look at how easily it's building up now for the FaZe guys because of that 5 SNG versus 5 AK round they had. JW looking for the early peaks too. We haven't seen much from him yet. Hollow actually spots him there on the peak. Gets him in the cross, and JW with no response at all. Just goes down to the ground against Alu. Not a whole lot of other options beyond this just yet, as once more, Godsent are playing things very, very passively. Not wanting to move into the site. Also just running down a lot of time. as we kind of have come to normally expect from the slower paced team on this map, just playing around with the halls a bit, although this is pretty decisively moving into back of B, which will eventually just explode out on that bomb site. It's not going to be the easiest cookie to crack in the world, though, since we've got both Alu and Kiyoshima here, whereas for a lot of teams you normally just have that one stable player with a second kind of hanging over here inside of Z. So with Alu already being poked into this site from Z, that ramp push, even with it being smoked off properly, Alu gets a good angle, he can punish it, but that's actually going to be a great play from Crims. He smokes it, but he peeks before it, and with a follow-up flashbang, Alu's caught jumping. Even if he wasn't blind, he wouldn't have been able to respond to that when he was moving around. Now Rain moving back in there. They did do good damage, so they find the 2 trades. Still 2 up and running for Godsent. Now it's just going to be 1, though. Very, very fast reaction from the side of FaZe. Schneider's going to do what he can from up top, and he's got it down to a 1v2. With him firing off that first shot, though, he doesn't trap himself, but no one responds when he pushes in. Jacob ultimately, though, is going to get this free kill against Schneider. Ends the round once more for FaZe, and they go up once. They go up 7-0 against the guys from Sweden. But we will see, once again, another buy rolling in now from the Godsent roster, and it's going to be another split buy too, because the money's still in a very iffy spot. Not a single round won, and another very, very important note that I haven't touched on yet, not a single plant in all of these 7 rounds so far. All of them just getting wrecked whenever they push the site. This time, though, they're tired of it. Schneider already out, 3 players on their way, pushing over here towards Ivy at this point, getting ready to go out into the bomb site. And AZ will smoke that off to buy a bit of time. But this position from Schneider could prove to be very beneficial if he doesn't get wrecked. That gives away his spot, but he's spraying down inside of the blind smoke. Or apologies, inside of the blind flash while he's blind with the flash. Shuts down Jacob. Rain does move in to respond itself, but there's Pronax with the boost up onto the server. It takes down AZ, shuts him out. Rain's going to get himself in position here, but that running shot from JW does massive damage. He does go down to Rain, but obviously Pronax is going to have an easy time of finishing him off. 3v2 now. The only player from FaZe still in here is going to be Alu, who snuck all the way around the back halls here. And is working past Ivy now to try and see what he can punish from this position. Don't know he's here just yet. So not really watching for that, but he gets that first peek against Crims. Hopefully this paves the way for Kiyoshima to move in, but he's also boxed out from that left side. High flush there. Still grabs the kill, and with Alu also picking up the last one, it's another retake from FaZe against uneven odds. They were down to a 2v3 there. And due to the good flank from Alu, it starts things off, brings it down even, and they both win their final 1v1s basically at the same exact time. FaZe with another quick closeout, and all of a sudden Godsent are just looking, honestly, like FaZe were at the beginning of that first map. It'll be another pickup from Godsent, though, and obviously with the losing bonus basically maxing out at this point, and them finally getting a plant there, more importantly to note too. I just made that point before, but they will be able to pick back up the AKs and whatnot here. But still that slow default style of play. Haven't really moved beyond that yet. Put a couple variations on it. Setting players like Schneider fast in through T-Con. And a few other rounds where they've gone more directly, but it's for the most part still been that same general idea. As we still don't see any pressure being thrown into the sites just yet. And the bomb itself being moved up the T steps into the White Halls now by Schneider and JW. They'll go more than likely to group up with these two, and with 4 here, we would expect an inner hit. Also still keeping Pronax here too, so finally something at least a little bit different at heart. As Pronax will be here to play around and also kill those rotators as he goes in for a later execute in through Ivy there, which we've seen in the past do some massive damage and basically just kill retakes altogether. If it's a fairly slow rotate from FaZe, he can really do some damage, but it actually looks like he's going to call that off. Moves away, and it's going to go up to the White House now and just regroup. So there's going to be a 5-man direct push. 3 of them going in through the ramp, and it's going to get punished too. Damage going on to Schneider mainly, but Kiyoshima, he's already pushed his way back up into the site. Shuts down Schneider. Flusha with a good response. They've got to hold these guys back, and they can't do it against Alu, who gets a ladder shot, seemingly, against Flusha there. The drop-down kill onto him. Waiting for more peaks, but these guys are stuck now, but they continue to do damage to Crims. He's trying to defend his teammate, but he can't defend himself. He's down at 19 HP. JW's been kept at full health at least, and you've got Pronax back up top, but he doesn't have a Dream Molly. He can't toss that back down. He's going to throw this flashbang out. It's well-timed. Peek from JW, though, doesn't net up a kill against Daisy, and now Rain pushing in. JW is trapped in that corner. He's going to be overwhelmed. He gets out, and Alu, with the quick jump up, just destroys Pronax. What is happening with Godsent right now? For the 2 post plants they've had, they've looked awful, and beyond that, they haven't even been able to get the bomb on the ground. They haven't even been able to get in the site. This T side is looking absolutely horrendous right now. And for FaZe, obviously, well, max money for Alu at the beginning of this one, or pretty close to it. And everybody else is just sitting with perfect money. They have no problems at the moment. They're just sitting so well off compared to Godsent. Granted, as long as Godsent are able to get these plants, they should be good to go for buys, but they're not going to have extra utility. And the second they win around, and if they trade it out again, because, I mean, just the foundations for them is looking very weak at this point comparatively to Mirage, the second they drop that route, they're right back at square one. And FaZe is going to stack up like 2 or 3 more rounds off the hinges of that. So Godsent needs to piece something together. Surprised there hasn't been a timeout yet. 10 rounds in, Alu already starting things off well again, but there is going to be a nice explosion working its way out there. They overwhelm onto Alu, but again, our apologies on the rain there, but things get traded out very quickly, and just like that, it's all up Pronax. They've got him double box, runs right into the shot for Alu. He's going to close out the round. He gets another 3K, as Alu at the moment, top fragging for FaZe, 13-2. We also have a couple more guys pretty high up there too. Rain at 12-5, 9-3 for Jacob, Kiyoshima at 7-3, and AZ down at the bottom at 7-4. Unfortunately, without that plant, though, as mentioned previously, they were needing those to be able to continue the buys, and since that was essentially a full buyout there, they're just going to upgrade pistols, and for those with a bit more cash on hand, they pick up armor behind it. No utility at all. JW, though, picking up his first kill here on this round against Daisy. But the players that push T-Con will get punished pretty quickly. More action kind of happening here towards the back of B. A whole lot of it, though. Kiyoshima spots some players, pushes himself back, not being able to really grab anything. Also, Jacob is going to start to push forward towards E-Box here, just to make sure they don't switch up the hit, which will be what they're doing. 3 guys in ladder room. Jacob spotted it. Messy spray control, however, and with that, Pronax is going to punish. Rain finding a response to it, still trying to punish more, but now Pronax has the rifle in hand. This is not going to be the first round they've won. Just a deagle armor, just a deagle round for the most part. Bomb going in. Pronax cancels it, though. Now kind of hunting for that kill below, but he can't get it. Decides to wrap around instead with the pistol, and he gets that kill. Kiyoshima also picking up another one against JW. Just leaves Flush just sitting here behind E-Box. But however, with that damage being primed up against both Alu and Kiyoshima, it's a very, very dangerous situation. The fact that he can still bring these guys down with 1, maybe 2 bullets, depending on the way it pans out. He's wasting no time getting aggressive there. The flashbang doesn't connect, but Kiyoshima has a great angle. And that's like the 3rd or 4th round now where we've seen a great start to an execute from Godsent that just was so badly when it's in the slower paced clutch situation for one of the players on FaZe. There's in general, when it comes down to FaZe to react there, Godsent can't seem to get those stable positions down, and FaZe continue to punish. We are 11-0 now. Godsent with another big buy, saving up on that last one. They are able to afford a double op setup this time on Schneider and JW. It'll be the 3 AKs beyond that. But there's also a double op setup on FaZe. So 4 ops out of 10 in play. Down will go one of them, though. And the second, literally within the first, like, 15 seconds of the round, Alu and AZ erase both of Godsent's oppers from the map. Pronax is going to move in and look for the trade. Finally, AZ misses a shot there. That's where Pronax is going to take it down. Fast rotation's already on the way towards outside. In fact, they've left B completely wide open. They know it's coming into this bomb site. Nade's tossed out to the players pushing Ivy, and they're going to get Molotov, too. It's a rough process for Godsent to get in there. Oh, Krim just walks into Alu with his knife out. Flush, at the very least, had some success over there by the ladder room, but still, it's going to be left into a 2 versus 3 once again, still favoring FaZe. The bomb trying to push his way in. There's a smoke in the way. Rain, the timing on this one. Oh, he does catch it first, but Pronax with a quick response takes out Rain. And now it's just going to be Flusha and Pronax. Alive for Godsent. Already very heavily damaged here too. And they're slowly pinching onto where that bomb is positioned. Flush is trying to counter this out and get to the back of these guys from FaZe, but at the moment, it's definitely FaZe winning the race here. Oh, Kiyoshima. He almost didn't notice Pronax there at first, but regardless, he will go down. The colors screwed him up a bit, but let's just flush it. Correct for him to almost find that shot onto Alu, but he's stuck here now with no bomb control. 30 seconds on the clock. It's all to him to get really fully aggressive, and Alu knows this. So he is going to fall back, and he'll just play this with Kiyo. And now Kiyo again. Placing himself back here, waiting for Flush to push. In it comes! And through to Molotov. FaZe will once again pick up their 12th round. We've got 2 guys on the cusp of max money. It's looking rough for Godsent, to say the least. Still got full losing bonus, though, but right back to the issue of them not being able to find a plant in 2 rounds. 3 rounds, technically, not even technically. 3 rounds. So we will see the buy, but it's going to be limited on utility. And they're just going to be pushing their way. I mean, it's not even really trying to throw the default anymore. Everybody's just heading their way in through the white halls over here towards brown. And Kiyoshima waits for the push. Again, still supported by Alu. as Keo will adjust his position over towards upper there. The rest of Godsent prime for it. I don't know exactly how quickly they're going to go for this execute. Obviously, no reason to just go right for it, as that's going to be obvious as hell, but sit back for now. The first Molotov rolls in. It'll push Kiyoshima out of his position. He's actually going to give it up. He just rolls right back, which is great for Godsent. Again, more than likely going to be able to, at the very least, catch a plan here. There's Keo, though, tapping on a 1. Crims with the response, and he gets a second follow-up. Alu tries to take the place of his fallen teammate and goes down. JW also moving up there, catches Rain. AZ and Jacob are the last 2 up, and it's a 2v4 for them. Very aggressive position being held, but there's AZ to start us off. There's a big cluster. This Molotov can push them out very well. And look at this. It's going to force them out. AZ grabbing 2 more. It's all on JW, and he just burns to AZ's Molotov. It's given up. AZ gets a 4K on that round. With that, how does Godsent give that round away? It was perfect. They had the full setup, but they overstack in Summit spot. They get pushed out of it by a Molotov, and the last player alive just burns in it. FaZe, 13-0 now. And Godsent, again, it's another bye, but oh my goodness, how does this get this messed up? Wow. 3 bomb plants in 13 rounds. Godsent are... It even begs the question as to why this was even the map pick at this point. FaZe clearly bringing something to the table that Godsent just clearly weren't expecting, or at least some renewed energy based on what was expected from Mirage. However, now Godsent go back to that default split. And really just wait for the execute on FaZe's end here. They are taking it slowly once more, running down that timer. Probably around the 1 minute mark and the 45-second mark. Godsent even trying some interesting stuff here too, like boosting just outside of Ivy. Not the best path over that smoke, but it does expire. Although FaZe, again, there's no reason for them to play aggressively. They know that they have control of these rounds 90% of the time, 100% of the time at the moment, and they're really just waiting for the push. They try to time the flashbangs and everything at this point. They've gotten so used to it. Thankfully, for Godsent, it will actually be mistimed on this run around, but they still need to go for this very shortly. 45 seconds, and Godsent really haven't done anything. They've just gotten into positions, and it's not really anywhere that the CTs would have been hanging out at, so there's no map control at all. They're just now going to start pushing, but they've even got this Molotov in the way, and like they even get denied by a second Molotov. There's literally just no luck at all for Godsent in trying to go for this default execute. As they're going to be look at this, they're starting to move into the site now at 25 seconds. They knew Ivy pressure was going to roll in, so they kind of gave that up. They're going to let them push out from here. But this does cede room, although we've seen aggressive CT pushes held off there. Why more passive CT holds too, and it's going to be one of these examples here. It's just a shutdown from FaZe. Snyder's the last one alive. One tap there to at least grab something, but it's a fast response from AZ, and it'll give FaZe their 14th round. So 15, Godsent now up to their usual tricks as we would kind of expected. I mean, even on this last round bye, oh, it's not looking great. 3 AKs, a Galil sitting on JW, and Crims with an SMG. They're just going to rush it. Look at it. Full outside. If we would expect anything, this would work. But Alu holding off the first kill. Trying to get the second, although Flick misses. As he goes down, a second kill is picked up. It's traded out again. JW finding another one with AZ. And Schneider picking off Jacob. Hiroshima, can you clutch? No, you can't. And of course, that round will be the one that works. A full rush out of the A bomb site. Finally catches FaZe off guard. The dream is dead. No 16-0s. And with that, the half will end 14-1, but still extremely dominant from FaZe. And unfortunately for Godsent, it's looking like an absolute mess after that Mirage match. We'll see exactly what Godsent can do to really crawl this back, but more than likely it's not going to be that much. Pistol round, of course, is the first step. Baby steps as they'll be in this case. And if they can pick this up, well, there may be that slight glimmer of hope, but it's so small, we really can't even see it until it gets up to at least, say, like 7 or 8 rounds. FaZe just 2 rounds away from closing out this match. Full confidence brimming. Probably not even triggered at all that they lost that round. And we do see FaZe just going for a direct back B execute too. Pretty much everybody pushing their way in there. A couple of the other guys taking it a bit slower, so as to watch for the pressure from the ladder room. But they're already pushing out too. The thing is, though, is that Godsent took the 1-man approach instead of the 2-man approach that we were seeing from FaZe. So it's all Flusha. They're at the very least getting a plan on this round. Fast rotates from Godsent, but they're taking the flanked angle too. Look at how aggressively Schneider Snatches one from within the smoke, shutting down AZ, but now they're pushing back in for more. Pronax goes down. Kiyoshima coming on that flank, tries to shut it out, but Crims holds the line for right now. More on the way in, but FaZe is spread across the bomb site. It's that flank they gotta worry about. Alu didn't realize it, but at a long range gets that kill with the Glock. Shuts down Crims. It's a fast response from JW, but it's another pickup from Rain. Rain's alone though in a 1v2, and he cannot hold it. JW is gonna close things out with a 2K, and Godsent will win the pistol, starting them on that very, very long path to recovery. But indeed, they do get themselves onto it here. Almost a team ace. And FaZe, of course, with that plant, the question really, do we just go for the eco upset and try to screw them over right from the get-go, or do we, take things a bit more by the book and wait for the third round? Possibly even just wait for the fourth round, to be completely honest. It wouldn't be too crazy considering the lead they have. If they want to get like full op with armor and everything else, depending on the amount of kills and whatnot they get, they might be able to justify going for that. As of course, if they get another plant here. As we can see, it's going to be a full save from FaZe, so basically just barging in. They've got that one smoke on Rain too, which is very, very important, because wherever they do, whichever door they do decide to basically scramble out of, this is going to be the thing that gives them that little bit of extra security to make sure they get down onto the bomb site. Although, that's gonna, oh my god, get destroyed. That nade along with that Molotov just wrecked them. They may not even find the plant. Alu kind of just sitting there behind the flames. Well, this is awkward. And Crims with the 360 spin around. A bit too much of a delay to call it a 360 shotgun headshot, but still a bit of style points at the end there. But of course, this does lead us into the big round for FaZe. Obviously, good points from Godsent there to be able to deny that so heavily. That Molotov and nade times were just perfection. Also, Rain literally just dragging JW out from the depths of hell. And then that smoke, the kill comes out seemingly from nowhere. So that shuts him down. And the guys from Godsent will be starting off one man down on the first gun run here, which is not what they want. Thankfully, a good response does come out from Pronax to take down AZ. But the rest of FaZe are still priming to execute here through both Latarim and T-Con. And Kiyoshima's wasting no time getting up, but it's a fast shot from Crims again, too, to take down Kiyoshima. There's a shot from Alu, however, it eliminates Schneider. And it's going to be a 3-on-3 now, as Godsent do pull back just a little bit here to let FaZe in. A lot more damage, though, going on to Alu and Rain. Alu sitting down at 28 and Rain at 69. So not too great for these guys right now. They've got to be very careful. They're still going to slow push the site, even though it's basically clear with the exception of Crims. For that kill, they should feel a bit more secure about their situation. Well, they also need to be mindful of Pronax, who is sneaking around. Alu, though, he's got a scope to it. Does he catch the kill in time? Well, Pronax looks to the skies, unfortunately. So that is where Alu will get the advantage in that duel. It all falls to Flusha now with an SMG in hand. And they've got him pretty much pushed all the way back here. Money's still semi-decent for Godsent to rebuy, but Flush is saying that wouldn't be the end of the world. However, he's still going to go for it. Even will have the ability to trade out an AK now, which with an M4 he finds on the ground. Moving up. And again, looking for these kills, but it's very passive from FaZe. They're not wasting any time getting on it. And Flusha, of course, just faked defusing it first. Hoping for that peek. Look at that full confidence from Jacob, though. He's not moving a muscle. Finally peeks out and get wrecked Flusha. He goes down very quickly. FaZe get their 15th round. And Godsent's dreams of a comeback are all but dead here based on what could be our final round's results. Thankfully, it'll still be a gun round from Godsent. Flusha picking up the shotgun there. But he could very easily just play close to ramp or any other kind of close top angle to be able to use that efficiently. He's very well on pretty much every other map, so no problem using it here at all. FaZe, however, don't really seem to want to take things slowly. They are going fast outside. There's a big presence here from Godsent, though. Crims pushing in there, grabs that first kill, and JW pressuring Rain. He's going to hold him back. Schneider for the second, but Rain denies JW. Alu also finding another pickup here, too, to eliminate Schneider. Alu going off at this point, shutting down Pronax. A 3v2 is all that's left up and running here. Good control for FaZe, but they've got to be cautious again because of those lower health players like Rain, who at the moment is actually like leading the front. The final two, the final hope for Godsent, stuck here inside of Z Connector, but they'll get smoked off. Will only do a boost. Grim's getting flashed out. Obviously, no save option here. It looks like they may be trying for that in a second. Kind of being careful of a counter boost, it seems, right now. But FaZe, the rest of them, we can see just starting to spread out. They got their post plant settled. And Godsent will move back in, waiting for that smoke to fade before they do re-execute. Rifle on the ground. They're going to trade it. He didn't even... Oh, what Rain? How did you mess that up? Flusha somehow grabs Rain. He didn't realize that he'd pushed that close, and Rain misses the opportunity of a lifetime just to shut down that hit in its entirety. Alu, though, with a good trade, and now it's in Flusha with 30 HP, running very low on time. That nade brings him down to 1, and Alu is going to finish it off. So FaZe absolutely crushed the first half. 14-1, almost a 16-0, but things fall apart at the very end of that last-second rush from Godsent. However, we will still see FaZe come out very much so on top, and with that, guys, that's going to close out map number 2, which means we're going to Dust 2. Stick around, guys, and we'll be returning with that in just a few minutes for the final map here, the quarterfinals of the ESL 1 New York qualifier. Once again, I am Blue. Stick with us as we return very, very shortly.